Okay, how's that? Are we good now? Oh, Salty Kitty Creations. Oh, there you go. I thought it was me. No. Oh, no. Apparently it was. We just had some. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully that's fine. Can you read me now? Am I all good in the hood? It's a Wednesday. What can I say? It's a Wednesday. That's how we work things around here. Chaos. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Salty Kitty. Say some feedback. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, so back to the desk here. Okay. So, of course, the point is just to have fun doing, stitching. It's adding stitches for, pretty much art, aesthetic, strengthening purposes, right? So, and there's a lot of flipping and flopping. So I understand the no need for a hoop, that's for sure, because other than that, you wouldn't be. I know some people actually do. Some people actually do use a hoop, but I mean, I honestly don't think I could see how. So my goal is to pretty much fill up this like grid section to do a round or a cylinder sort of shape a lampshade for the lamp behind my desk, or like on my desk behind my monitors, right? So I wanted a nice little mood lighting sort of thing. I realize now that you may see the knots, but we're gonna, oops, sorry, don't harpoon yourself with the pin there. I realize we're gonna like interface behind this, and then we're gonna add another layer of this, so maybe you won't really see the knots too much. Hello, Crap to Simple Life, how you doing? Hello, Rita, welcome in. So we're just kind of keep plugging away. I did, when I was setting out my canvas, they do suggest using 100% cotton. This is more like a linen-y sort of thing, but you live and you learn as you're going along, right? You deal with what you have. So, and I wanted to do something that would allow light through and be able to see a bit of the stitches, so that's why I chose this light color. But normally you do like a blue or a black or something like a denim or a canvas or something like that would be more appropriate for the task, okay? So we're just gonna like fill it up. So what I did is I set out a grid to help myself go for like the first section, and then I folded it over and just machine stitched, but I can easily rip that out and when I go to reset my grid for the rest, right? Like I need to figure out what size of lampshade I want to be able to put up there first, because I don't want it being too wide or it's gonna bump into my monitor. So it can't be, I gotta find the right circumference, I guess, for the spot. So I just kind of piddling around in this little area first, and then we will move on, right? So we'll just figure out what we want to do. I don't want to do too high either, like, because I don't want like to have this huge lampshade, right? So here, if we go like that. Okay. Right. Let's get stitching. Oh, here's outside. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous day today in here in Nova Scotia. Pictou, Nova Scotia. Happy to have you here. There's been lots of wildlife activity at the pond because it's like a natural water source here when we're right next to the ocean. So it's been nice to see the couple of eagles, a couple of hawks. I've seen a porcupine, a beaver or two. So yeah, it's been fun watching the back, but it's absolutely gorgeous outside. So spring has sprung. We'll take it. Oh, hold on. Let's go back to here. Okay, just set ourselves up here. And when you're going from row to row, you don't want to pull tight. You want to make sure you're giving like a bit of a loop at the end, right? And you don't want your stitches all scrunched up. You want to be you're just placing them on the fabric. You're not like trying to scrunch it up or anything, right? So, okay. And then we're just going to go here to here. I do have a nice big needle, long. It fits the skein thread type of what I'm using here. This is like a pearl cotton sort of thread. Here, I'll show you. I've got a couple of variety of colors here, and I'm like, what, you can't really split this to do cross stitch with because of all the way it's woven, right? I guess maybe you could, but I've never done that. So I thought, let's try and use it for something pretty, and then this whole Sashiko kind of stuff came up. So I'm like, use what you got, but there is Sashiko threads out there that they highly recommend, or you can use your own like thread and, you know, use like 6 layers of it or something. You know, there's little tips and tricks out there for sure, okay? And then we're just going to pop ourselves up where we want to kind of start the next row, but we're going to have to flip around. Okay, so let's just pull that, but not tight at all. Okay. I mean, I guess if you're extremely ambidextrous, you can just like, you know, use your left hand to load it all up on. There's thimbles that kind of sit like right here on your hands because you're using the base of the palm of your hand to actually push the needle through when you load up the when you load up the needle quite a bit. Okay, so if you were to like do a bunch of little tiny stitches and you're loading it up like crazy, and then that just kind of gives you that little bit of push to get through the fabric, right? You just end up pushing it just like that to pull through, but we're just going to pull the needle, and then not too taut, just gently enough, and we're going to make sure flipping to the back to make sure we're not anything is too tight, right? So okay, see how we got little loopy boops here? We want to make sure we have that. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday. Sorry to the weird kind of start there, but it's all right. We'll be fine. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. And the grid is just kind of help you set you out for success. There actually is like pre-printed stuff out there for sure. Yeah, learning curve on the thimbles, but once you get it, yeah, I bet. I was thinking, I was watching a few people, there's actually an Australian lady, I like her accent, so I didn't mind listening to her, that has like little lessons of Sashiko out there, so I was watching and learning with her, and I was like, okay, yeah, there we go, I see the definitely the need there, because she was loading up her fabric like crazy. She had it like her needle was so full. And then she just like, whoop, and then, you know. And then just make sure every like now and again you're kind of just giving the fabric like a bit of a tug, so you're not getting any puckered stitches whatsoever. You don't want that to like, because the more stitches you have, the more puckered it's going to be, right? And we don't want that. We want it nice, straight, attractive, additive stitches. Okay. All right. Cheers with me cup of tea. Okay, and then we'll go back this way. Let me just make my spot and it'll turn it around. So you gotta always turn it around to what is more convenient for you. If you're, you know, a right to left feeder, or sorry, a right to left feeder or a left to right feeder for your fabric. We're trying different things. It's kind of like a little sampler lampshade. I guess that's pretty much what we can start calling it now. Is this a Sashiko sampler lampshade? I do have a black, like silky kind of type jacket I've had for like ever. And surprising enough, it still fits. And I would love to just like decorate the whole thing with beautiful colored threads and stuff like that. So this is like me learning what I want to do first, what I like first, before I proceed to doing a bigger major project that I'm going to be like wearing about the town, you know. And there's some beautiful like Sashiko stitching like images. Oh my goodness, beautiful like Japanese girls with, you know, and then the cherry blossom tree. Oops, okay, let's make sure that's not too tight. Give it a little tug. Just a little tug. It'll be fine. Hey, Annie-o. Hello, lovely people. Finally, I'm online on time. I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, we did spring forward. Most of North America did spring forward over the weekend. And I know that kind of confuses a bit of our European friends because sometimes they don't spring forward until the end of the month. So I don't think I'm going to have enough thread to go all the way to the end here. Not without it being a struggle. So I'm actually just going to feed this back through here. Okay. And just try and leave it there. We'll grab another little section here. And I'm kind of just doing like my arm lengths apart. You know what I mean? Like that. Oop. Okay. Hello, balloonist. Good morning. Life has been crazy lately, but here today, I am so happy to see you. I was like sending out some good vibes. I'm like, where's our peoples? I was talking about a few on the stream the other day. I'm like, has anybody seen balloonists? Just checking in, make sure everything's okay. You know what I mean? Checking on my homies. Okay, so we can just start off here and go over across and then down and back around again. And then we'll try and work our way through some curves. I have this iron away pen or ink. So this grid that I just set up was laugh time or something like that. I'm not sure who Laura Lai is, but that is not me. that is not my name. Can someone please type my name in there? And then we'll figure that out. Okay. Yeah. We'll have some fun. Hello, Miss Tracy Provis. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday to you. Okay. All right, we're just gonna pull the tail just enough to just kind of leave a little smudge there. Okay. Oops. And then just trying to keep the stitches as even as possible. Try to come up at the same spot and down at the same spot. But that'll just take practice, right? You know, like anything. You know, nobody's born learning how to, you know, turn wood and, you know, bake a cake and stuff like that. So, thank you, Anio. Yes, that is my name. It is my first name. You can call me Laura Lynn or LL. Either one works. Okay, we don't want to pull too tight. We want to make sure we're leaving like a little bit of like a loopy boop at the back. Okay, a little bit of a loopy boop. How's everybody doing today? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Feels like it's been so long since I saw you guys. It's been forever. I know, because the last time we were supposed to stream, I had infusion. So, trust me, I would have rather have been anywhere else. It's not a fun time. And just a reminder, there is a member Zoom live stream after this, where it's only for the members of our channel, where I work on a quilt that they get a chance to win. So, right. I am using it's not the normal Sashiko thread that you would use. It's kind of like a bit of like a pearl cotton. But it's got a little bit of a twist to it. You can see that there. It's got a little bit of a twist. So nothing we could really use for cross-stitching, at least that I know of. And I certainly wouldn't want to split it because it has such a nice little, like, twirl to it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Hello, Miss Pat Raymond Schneider. Hello, Laura Lynn and everyone here. Good morning. Good morning. How's the weather where you are? We are melting, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. But you could totally use embroidery threads as well, but just use the whole bit. There's no splitting. You just use the whole strip there. But there is Sashiko thread made for this purpose, right? So, but I'm using what I have on hand because I'm a frugal chick. I do have this lovely thread that I picked up when I was down in Vegas last year with you actually, and I would like to be able to use this within the project, but I kind of want to set out a grid, sort of the like this sort of stuff first, and then kind of work in these nice little light, pretty colors. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But there's like, yeah, little bits. There's some that comes like in a roll. I thought I had one here. I thought I had one here. Maybe it jumped off. It jumped off. Anyways, it's like a little tubular thing, and it does say pearl cotton on it. Okay, so storm in here, tornado watch. Oh my gosh, batten down the hatches, Pat. Lock in, lock in. Thank you. I do have like a couple more of the darker colors, and I did have a couple like a yellow, this bright pink, and then a bunch of like dark blues and blues colors. I did pick up a big pack of these needles. I don't know if they're like strictly named Sashiko, but they're a big-eyed long needle, and I think they're about 2.5 inches long. Yes, they're 2.5 inches long. I'm hoping it would make something pretty. I mean, what else was I going to do with the thread, right? I've had it for like ever. So, oops. Oh, don't be the one in there. Pop it in here. There we go. And I have black, and there's like, yeah, a lot of blues. A lot of dark blue, and a medium blue, and then a light blue. So I thought that would just kind of be pretty little combination. So we'll play around and see what sort of mess we can make. Pretty much. But what I wanted to play with today was the plus signs with this burgundy sort of color. And then I'm going to try and aim for some circles with the blue and the purple, the light blue and the purple. So I have Sashiko project planned for one day going to Sashiko on denim squares. And then I have some pretty fabric to go with. Oh, very nice. There's some stunning pieces and combinations of quilt blocks and Sashiko stitching and stuff. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Very, very inspiring, for sure. Cheers, everybody. Welcome in. Yeah, so we're just going to put right this, and then, like I said, the whole goal was not necessarily to fill the whole grid that I made here, as I make for the lampshade, but at least to fill in a good portion of it. Like, not a lot of spaces in between. Because I want lightness to show through, which they will in the empty spots, like in the negative spots here. It'll show through quite fine. So, but I want a nice, I don't want it too bright, right? So, big difference in Sashiko threads is the hardiness of the cotton, not slippery at all. Yeah, that I can see that, especially going through the cotton fabric or the denim fabric. You're having to push and push and push, and there's not a lot of like smoothness or slide with it. That's why, hence why I believe the thimble too, to help give it the whole, give it a go, you know. I can't wait to see people's projects that they're working on and be inspired, you know. Don't not continue to learn, right? Don't think you're too old to learn. You're not. I'll try and just get that a little bit more center here. Went for a drive yesterday up and around Pictou Landing, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Watching the ice kind of melt right in the ocean, and the birds were having a heyday. The hawks were out. The eagles were out. It was gorgeous. Just needed a drive, so I took off for a couple hours. Okay, I don't like that. That's too big. You can see that? All the other ones kind of look similar, but that one's a little bit too big. So we're going to pull that one out. Okay. We'll try and come over a little bit more closer in line with this spot right here and not there. Okay. It's not going to be perfect, but I will try my best, right? Like that's the purpose, is to try. Okay, let's kind of like squiggle our little needle over the hole to kind of help it disappear a bit. You can see it almost disappeared there. All right. You're just awakening the threads again back to the memory that they had. Okay. As long as you're not harpooning and breaking the thread, you're just popping in between the weave, right? Weaving in one of Sophie's hairs too. For decoration purposes, the thread doesn't matter. When it's used for mending, I could see using the official thread. Not much important. Not too important though. Well, yeah, because of the sturdiness. Yes, yes, definitely. I think that was the original design, was for actually mending projects, or mending, right? So, putting things together. So, all right, let's see if that looks better, because it was looking a little big and floppy before. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we'll come down here and go across. All right. I'm not sure if the book that I have here is in the description. Oops, sorry. Stitch a new Sashiko pattern every day of the year. And this is just filled. Look at this cute little mountain. You know what I mean? Like this, you know, and that's like the path up to the mountain. You know? And those are the snowflakes that are going to hit you in the face when you're climbing the mountain. And that's where you just don't know which way to go when you get to the top. Kidding. It's fun. So what's everybody else up to today? Thanks for hanging out with me. Oh, check out our weekend. I said I was only going to do 9 blocks. So we're doing 16. I have the rest to finish on Saturday. They're really quick though. I got most of it put together. I did the top corners and stuff like that, so it's really just kind of like the 9 patch of the 6 more blocks to go, or 7 blocks to go. So I liked it. It looks so pretty. I'm like, I have a Sashiko deck of cards by Susan. Oh, you do? That would be fantastic. Think of all those beautiful project ideas, right? You can deal it out, and those are the stitches you guys got to do for the week or something like that. So, yeah, I'm loving how this is coming along, and I think almost for this pattern here, it's almost bigger the better, because you see more of the links coming together as a whole, right? So, yes. That would be fun to have a deck of cards like that. Inspiring. I'm sure there's quilt block deck of cards too. Somehow we got a, I was gonna say, how did we get a thread in here, but it was from the outside edge. Okay, let's clip that off before he gets involved again. Pull, but not too tight. We just want like not even snug. We want to make sure like there's a bit of a hoop in the back. A bit of a loop. We like loops around here. Got to simple life. Not too tight. I want to make sure we're just kind of making sure we've got like loops here for in the back, okay? Not too tight. I have a crochet deck of cards too. Problem is I can't read a crochet pattern. I could actually teach you. I could teach you in May if you're interested. I will bring a hook with me. And I can teach you to crochet. Oops. Why did I do that one? There we go. Okay. All right. Now let's scoot down here and let's see if we can work out working on a circle. Let's do that with some purple. Okay, this kind of got a little taped in here. I don't know what's going on. I see this little nubbins part, but. This color is 327 from Color Fast DMC.com. You know what? I think you're right there, Craft a Simple Life. I would agree with you. Yeah, it's the slip, knit, purl, cross, bob, Larry, give me a cup of tea, sort of. There's too much going on in knitting. Too much going on in knitting. Okay, is this where we're joined? What happened here? Whatever happened here, it's a mess. Oh, there we go. Ha ha. Figured it out. Look at us. Working with our noodle. The second part of the Meloka Design Mystery So Long has just dropped, so I'm working on that. Oh, perfect, perfect. I know you were looking for something to stitch up. Yeah, I'm itching for something to stitch, and I kind of was too, but I was like, nope, I'm gonna plug away at the Fox and Rabbit, at the, I think it was May. It's the May border that I'm kind of plugging on away. That's for last year, obviously not this year. So. Cheers, everybody. It's a cute little thermal mug that Marcus bought for me. It's got dragonfly on it. A couple of dragonflies, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. A butterfly or two. Yeah. He knows I have a dragonfly tattoo. So. At the moment, the patterns are all just random dots to me. Oh, yeah, I bet. Yeah, especially if you're unfamiliar, right? I'm not out of bed. Been in a flare again the last couple of weeks. Oh no, that's not good. You worked on your Fox and Rabbit today too? Nice, excellent. Are you're still doing the 2025 one, or are you doing a newer one? Here, let's go over here. Not sure what I'm quite doing here yet, but we'll figure it out. I think I'm just going to come in between the lines. Okay. He is a good kid, very much so. He made me laugh so hard the other day. He makes me laugh every day, and I just love him so much. I'm so happy that he chose to live with us. You know what I mean? I truly feel honored that he chose to stay with his family. So, because at a younger age in my teenage years, I could not wait to get the heck out of home. I just could not wait. There was. The time was ticking to like escape, so I'm glad he never felt that way living with us as as his parents. So maybe not never, but you know what I mean. Like it worked out really nicely. So I'd rather have him living with us than without us, if that makes any sense. I didn't want my child to move away from me, So, especially when I only got the one. 292. Okay, yeah, nice. I changed the border. You know how where it goes around that bigger like it looks like the figure 8 and then the square and then like the figure 8 and the square. It kind of halves itself a little bit before it gets to that part where there's the gap. I put it right all the way up to it because I didn't like that flower thing that they were putting in there. I'm like, what is that monstrosity? I don't like it. So I'm kind of adapting it and changing it as my own. Surprise. Okay, I can't wait to see it there, Annie. Would love to see it. I'm so happy to see your name, too, in chat. It's been like forever and a day, I think, since we've seen you. Same with Balloonist. And how's she doing? How's the weather been? You didn't do a time change, do you? And I heard BC's down. This is their last one that they're also doing a time change. So who else do we know of? Well, hello there, Miss Tracy Albert. How you doing? Welcome in. Good day to you. Okay, what the heck? I should have been like coming up right over here. Not there. So let's go back down through the hole. Okay. Now, just a reminder, there is a member Zoom after this stream today. It is a private one for the members only. It does get recorded for the members that can't be here, but it's only for the members. It's not open to the public. So okay. It's only for the members that help our channel. Tracy, I am suffering from sensibleness and getting my whips actually. Sometimes that could be a good thing, but sometimes you just got to throw caution to the wind and just go, whatever, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and you can't stop me. Okay, now I want to come out to the side. All right. I'm only doing like a couple stitches at a time because of the way I'm kind of working around. I would like to try and see if I can get the circle shape kind of mastered, though. Not mastered, but, you know, at least worked. All the Tracys. Slip in there, people! Okay, stretch those stitches. Try and come down over here, just on the other side of where it crosses. The TTTs are in the house. Wonder where Miss Lois and Allison, oh, and Gwenny today too. Wonder where they are. Wonder what they're doing. Living their best life, I'm sure. Oh, sorry, that wasn't even in the camera. I apologize. It's nice to be able just to kind of warm up the quilt shop in the morning and then just let the the day's temperature just kind of keep it that way. I've had to put on a toque every now and again, but that's fine. I don't care. I rock a toque. I have 35 active, 11 in hibernation. Oh, your work's in progress? I was trying to count up mine the other day, but I was starting to panic when it got to the double digits. So... finally tacking Tyson's memory quilt. Got the squares interface now to make the mosaic. Oh, fantastic. Hey, Julie, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Happy stitching making a mess Wednesday. I'm not sure I really like that one, but here, let's give it a tug. Let's tug it and then see if we like it. Down. Okay, you're gonna drive me crazy. Short trip. I always say if you don't start it, then you can never finish it. That is true. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. But I'm like, I have too much on my plate. I don't know what to do with it. I get squirrel mode. It's like, oh, all right, nope, look, shiny, shiny. Oh, move on. Oh, look, another. Oh, yep. You know. Yeah. I don't want to get squirrely. I keep meaning to get back into my studio to finish cleaning up since I moved everything and completely messed everything up. I was too cold in there. Oh, was it? Yeah? Are you going to start streaming again on Twitch or what? No pressure. Just asking. Just happened to see you were live right now. 8:30. Oh, yeah. Welcome in. Yeah, we start at 11 at Atlantic on Wednesday. Every other Wednesday. Sorry. every other Wednesday. We do a little stitching, like, you know, stitching something, whatever it is. Like we're obviously been trying to focus a little bit on the Sashiko sort of idea. And then, but we can mix it up. Like we could do cross stitch, we could do knitting, we could do crochet. It's just stitching something. We can, I thought because my shoulder has been kind of sore that I may not have wanted to stitch, but I was fine with the stitch part. It's actually gotten a little bit better. Pop's helped with some Tiger Balm and like and just some care. So I'm gonna try and follow this arch. Okay, I'm just gonna just a little. First, let's make sure that it's kind of tuggity tug, tuggity tug, tug. And we don't want to press it because if we press, all my little lines are going to disappear. So I wanted to. My health said, yeah. Well, you got to listen to your body. Trust me. I know. We actually, strangely enough, I got a complaint that I didn't do because the infusion was 2 weeks ago. That why I didn't stream last week, and I'm like, well, I would like a week off, right? Like there was no break for me in there. I was getting poked all day. It will stay the way it is. It'll be like two stitchy session thingies like every other week, and then I'll have infusion. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it goes. I felt like I pulled a thread in there somewhere. Okay, there we go. I did. What happened? Something got like really tight. Oh, okay. Nope. Okay, hold on here. Let's do this. We gotta move it. It's too tight in here. It's way too tight. We are too snug as a bug in the little rugs. And I think even if I tried to press from the back side, those lines would still disappear. I have to go to you too, Miss Annie. Oh, so good to see you. Big hugs. Big hugs, big hugs. I start cleaning them before I know it. I have 3 new I do get a little distracted like that in the quilt shop sometimes, especially when I'm tidying up. Like, oh, right, I put this over here to do this. And then it's like, like ah. Dang it, focus. Away with the fairies half the time. I was going to ask her what was for dinner, because she's usually got dinner on the go. So I'm learning to load my needle up at least like 4 or 5 stitches before I kind of proceed to pull the thread through. Okay. It does take time and practice, especially when you're sometimes used to being like just a hand stitcher or a cross stitcher. It's like only 1 stitch at a time. So your brain has to kind of wrap itself around of making sure to like load up a few on there, and then you can pull through, right? So more minimal effort. Make sure we're tugging after every like weave, okay, or at least stretching the material. Okay, that was too small. Did that even? I don't know if I like that. No, it doesn't. It's not really even-y on the stitches. It kind of looks dorky. So let's put that out. Let's go back to here. Scrunch up those little holes again, make them disappear. Just rub the head of your needle over top of them. Okay. It's gorgeous outside. I will take this weather. We actually are supposed to be in for snow on Sunday night, but, you know, whatever. It's the big melt at this point in time, which I will happily take. Happily take. The big melt. I just love that the pond has been so busy with wildlife. Makes me very happy. Oh gosh, no, Julie. Welcome to the club. We are all human. It's the same as when you go into the kitchen to go do something, you end up like, oh, loading the dishwasher, or, you know, washing a few pots and pans, or thinking about what's going on for the next meal, or anything like that. At least that's me, you know. And then I was like, what did I come in? Oh, right, I was coming to make a tea. I'm famous for is I'll ask Pop if he needs something, and he'll say, yeah, a glass of water. Or could you fill up water? I'm like, sure, no problem. So I'll go and I'll fill it up, and then I'll go and, like, you know, go to put the kettle on for me, and then I'll, like, Sophie will want to go out, and then I'll get sidetracked, and I have filled up his water, but I have left it there. And then I'll go back and sit down for a moment, and then I'll look over at him and go, whoops, back up and go grab his water. It's been like 20 minutes since then, right? So it's a good thing he wasn't dying of thirst. Okay, I think I'll try and put a little bit of a curve in here too. Just kind of go over. Let's see. I used a Trident Spearmint gum container to kind of guide my little lines there. So I'm just trying to get it in the right spot where I can stitch again. I think that looks pretty good. Oh no, that's gonna go to there. Can go above. It's being ovally shaped, but it should be alright. He'll be alright. Yeah, we'll continue going around that way. It'll be different, let's put it that way. I'm notorious for filling my water up and then forgetting it in the kitchen. Yeah, because we have a water cooler, right? So, because the boys like their cold water all the time. I'm not a huge water drinker. Like, I'll drink it, but other than that, I'm a hot tea. Give me a hot tea every day of the week, right? So I'm trying to find out where I'm going here. Besides crazy. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Yeah, there's cute little maybe blocks that you could start off with, like Tracy was saying, little blocks, and then make like a little quilt together, or, you know, put the pieces together and have a jacket or anything like that. There's lots of little. A lot of them are just focused on just like little square sections, right? So I thought if I kind of tried and did like a lampshade idea, maybe it might work. It might. I don't know. You don't know until you try. That's what I say. You too, Miss Pat Riemann-Schneider. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much for hanging out. Big hugs. Hope to see you on Saturday. Ow. I just jabbed that right into my thumb. Don't bleed. No bleeding on your project. Ouch. Well, hello there, Miss Alizine Stitchin. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Just kind of following a little curved line that I put on here. We're just having fun with stitches. Oh, I did poke myself. Look, I'm just bleeding. Make sure it's not tight. We don't want anything tight in the back. We want it nice and loose. Loosey-goosey. Here, there, okay. All right. Okay, that's pretty. Not quite center, but I like it. Oh, I have a mug with all that. I saw, I forgot what I was doing, went back, got distracted, and I have no idea what's going on. Is this my cup? I have to be. That's hilarious. I'm so distracted, I don't know what's going on. That's too funny. All right, let's do some little Archie bits over here, and then we'll do some blue. We'll do some blue. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out today. I'm going to show you kind of what 9 blocks of, oops, sorry, wrong one. 9 blocks of the Saturday project that we were working on. That's what 9 looks like. And as I was building it out, like with the other, just to make sure, and I'm like, you know what, I think more would be better with this one. So as much as I'd love to go like, you know, 36 or something like that, I am going to do 16. So it's going to go 4 by 4. Okay. So it is, I like it. It's a pretty little color. So, oh, the shade, you mean like the light shade itself? I'm trying to have some fun and deal with what I have. So, but cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Yeah, so we're gonna do 6 more blocks, but I got most of them all put together. Like I've got all the upper section, so I just kind of have to do the block itself, and then we'll put it together. And I've got extra fabric for the border and the binding. So finished breaking down over 20 upholstery fabric swatch books over the last couple weeks for the remnants. Now I have to remove all the sticky backy paper. Oh, yeah, I soak that. Soak that, and a little bit of vinegar helps with that too. I used to get those a lot. In fact, I made a whole village out of upholstery fabrics. And I'm happy to show you the quilts if you want to see it, because it's just right over there. I am too. It's very something I'm unfamiliar with. So yeah, I'm having fun with it. And then of course I'm just trying to make a lampshade for behind my desk. Like I'm not making anything fancy. It's not going to the queen or anything. Who got the dogs out? Woo woo. Nice. Is that a hint? Oh, just finished. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's okay. Get my dog's declaration. Fantastic. I like that. Who let the dogs out? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Dog's declaration. Such a good one. Okay. Yeah, I used to get them from the local upholstery shop. They were looking for a place to recycle them, and I'm like, I will totally take them, and I've made bags and carpets and seat covers, patchwork seat covers. I've made so many different things with those stuff. Thank you. I'm really liking it. No, you can't really either, right? Because it's such, and some of that is some very beautiful fabric, and it's not, some of it's actually a half decent chunk, like a half decent chunk of fabric, right? So I used remnants from zippers and upholstery fabrics to make a village of where I used to live in the township of Erin, the village of Hillsburg. And I won a ribbon, actually. I won an award and a trophy and a ribbon for it. So Not that I'm bragging, I'm just saying. It was so well received about the idea of how to, you know, of recycling, reducing, and reusing. So, you want to see it? Okay, 1 second. Un momento. Happy to show you my village. And this is about, I think, 2017. So 2017, I believe that's when I did that. And we rode our bicycles after the fair. After the fair was over, we rode our bicycles to go pick up the quilts. I didn't realize I'd won, right? Like at that time, I was, you know, just living my life, doing my thing. And so I had to wrap the trophy in the quilts and strap it to my bike and then ride the trail all the way home, like the hour home, praying every moment that I didn't snap the trophy. I was like, oh my gosh, I won a trophy. Okay, I'll put you outside for a second and then I'll go find it. Here. Oh, I see it. Just got to get it out of its bag. I think this is it. It is, okay. Ooh. Upside down? Nope. Okay, first I'll let you see the back part of it, okay? You can see how crazy it's stitched, and then I'll show you the front. I'll put it under the small camera so you can see. So, yeah. Ooh. Oh. And I use zippers from leftover projects to make chimney tops. And so this actually is a real village. It actually is a combination of two villages of where we used to live, okay? So the township of Erin is kind of like all the top part here. And people would recognize some of these buildings, actually. So this is actually the old school. There's the boys' entrance and the girls' entrance. And then there's, like, the bank. And then, of course, the churches and so on and so forth. So, now, here, let's go here. Okay. And then I used some of these really big, bulky zippers that I had left over from fixing people's jackets and being crossing guard for 12 years. They made great, like, chimney stacks and playable things upon the quilt. So, to reduce, reuse, recycle. And then I made all these leaves, all here, all made up from the same fabrics of the upholsteries and stuff, right? So it's using the beautiful fabric that was presented and helping it aid into what you wanted it to do, right? So, yeah, but a lot of these buildings, oh, actually, sorry, this was the school. My bad, that's the school. You can see you got the boys' entrance and the girls' entrance, right? And it just kind of folded over to, it kind of like built it out a bit. It kind of gave it a bit of dimension. I don't know, I had a good time. Hello there, Kelly. So, and that's for, I entered it into another year and I got second place the second year and first place the first year. So, special quilt. I forgot what the, I was number 224, if that makes any sense. Oh, and someone wrote amazing. Someone wrote amazing on the back of the label. Nice. Yeah, so that was a very fun learning project for sure. And I say, like, reduce, reusing, recycling of the materials that you have on hand, right? So, oh, what do we have here? We got the star of the show. Come on. Down. There. Good poppers. Who's the good poppers? Hold on, so we can see you. Got little chippies. Little chippies for Lofi. I had fun. I had a lot of fun making that for sure. Yep. Kept me out of trouble for a while. A lot of zigzag stitching. A lot of zigzag stitching. Hey, Catherine, welcome in. Welcome in. Cheers, cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers. That was like my first big project like that. So I mean, you know, if I made it again, of course it would be a little bit more detailed, and I've learned a lot. But I was working like 5 jobs at that time. I had barely time to think straight, let alone craft. But I just kept persistent. It was, you know, my only escape of, you know, trying to, you know, some pleasure out of life at that point in time. It was a very stressful time. I don't like the gap that I have right there. Can you guys see that? I know it may not be much on camera, but I don't like it. So we're going to rip it back out and go a little bit closer. Okay. I'm sure being too much of a perfectionist at this point, but it was a great project to work on. It took me, I think that probably took me about 8 months all to finish. Like I've started in the beginning of the year, 8 or 9 months actually, and then the fall fair was at the beginning of October. So, okay, let's cover our hole stitches with the edge of our, rubbing the head of our needle across it. Okay, so we can put those poked ones back through and try to be a little bit more consistent with our feeding the fabric on the needle. Oh, somebody's gunning her today with the car. Okay, let's see if that looks better. Pull it through. Yes, it does. Much better, right? Now let's go up to, at least I thought it was, anyways. Up to this spot here and follow the arch around. Well, hello there, Miss Gwenny. How you doing? Good to see you. We were missing you. Okay, a little tug. I'll have to figure out how big I want to do this for my lampshade, right? First I'll have to find the right one. I meant to do that before today, so I could make a post of which lampshade I was gonna, or which frame I was gonna use. I am starting another quilt. Nice. Good job. I'm hoping to finish off the one behind me on the wall for Saturday. So I liked it so much. Oops, sorry, wrong camera. I made more blocks. So we're gonna do 16 to put that together. I just feel like more makes that pattern stand out better if you do more of it. Of course, however you lay it out, you're gonna have the ones that are linking, right? So you could have 2 colors, you could have 4 colors, you could, I don't think, I guess it would work with 1, but you know, you could try it. That quilt top you sent me, Miss Gwenny, that's for charity, right? That's for the one you do every year? I could take it out of the box and show people if you want me to, if I can show people, if you don't mind. I mean, if you do, that's fine. No worries. make sure we're leaving enough space. We don't want this all scrunched up at all. We want it nice and flat as possible. Yes, yes, okay. Can I show it? Yeah, I thought as much. I just wanted to make sure, just to confirm. So, not that it matters on how I stitch it up or anything like that. I just like to know, if it was for charity or not. Sure. Okay. All right. I would love to. I would love to show it. And one of the bonuses of being a moderator of our channel, if you do a quilt for charity, I quilt it up for you for free, right? Ask any of my mods. I never charge them anything. Because I am all out for the charity. Helping people where they sometimes just can't help themselves. And I have done this for the 10 years that we have been on YouTube. If they were willing to give their heart and soul into something, I was going to do the same thing to help out in the cause. So this is Gwenny's that she gives away. What sort of charity is it? Could you put that in there too? So. What is it? If you have a music... Yes, I do. I do. I put it on the piano, the dueling piano blocks. Or quilt. So, yeah, isn't that beautiful? It looks lovely. Love it. Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. Love it. The circles where the blocks come together catch my attention. The circles where the blocks come together. Oh, on this one. Gotcha. Okay. It is. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I love the whole music play on it. Because you know me, we're always jamming in the quilt shop. It still needs borders. I sent them paying LL to finish borders. I'm not sewing anymore. Okay, no worries. I got you, boo. No worries. And I wouldn't charge you anyways for that. You know that. Yeah, I'm so happy that she does something for charity and takes me up on my offer of doing them for charity. So for sure, I have the means and the capability, and it's really only time and thread for me. So, well, I'm backing and batting, but you know. So here. I love the musical notes on it. It's absolutely so fun. So fun. That'd make a great like cuddle quilt for the couch, you know. Don't harpoon yourself. In-person auction. Okay, that's right. That's right. In-person auction. Yeah, love it. I want to, when somebody does something for charity, I just kind of want to help out as much as I can as well. So, especially if it's for good cause, right? And it's usually a children's hospital of some sort, right? Isn't it? Oops. Yeah, right? It's got such a good vibe to it. Love it. Good vibes, baby. Good vibes. Okay, now we're gonna, let's pop over here and do some blue on this one. I may add more to these later, but for right now, that's what's happening. We're just having fun and learning. I do this for my son, well, the children as well, laughing at self. I never did charity quilts for sale before. Always give. Exactly. That's the way they should be. Okay, here, well, let's move our burgundy out of the way. Let's grab some of our lovely light blue. Charity fundraiser for Stollery Children's Hospital at my son's work. They have a hockey game at their workplace in Edmonton against the company from Calgary. And it's an in-person auction. Yes, there we go. Perfect. This color is number 800 on the DMC scale for these I guess pearly cotton pearl. It says cotton pearl right there. Hold on, let's go over here. See that there? Cotton pearl. Okay. And it's number 800. Well, that is very true. Very true. You don't ever get the value of what you put into it from an auction, but the fact it's out there for somebody to get a chance to win, or you know what I mean? Hello there, Nadia. How you doing? It's good to see you too. Thank you. It's good to be seen. It's good to be seen. I managed to actually get a couple of work jobs from charity quilts that I did, so that was handy. You know, I wouldn't turn it down. They're like, "Oh, I saw your Mountie quilt at the fair." Da 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 da, and I'm like, "Okay, sure, you betcha." I think that was one that I ended up copying 5 times, and I sold them for $500 each. So that wasn't bad money, let's put it that way. It was a lot of material, a lot of time, because it was the hunter star to go around that panel. So it was just as much as building out like a really big quilt, and then all the personal quilting that went into it, because I did some of them all the same, of like, you know, outlining the Mountie, and then you know, the government buildings and stuff like that was also on the panel. So wish it was an online auction. Maybe could they do that this year? You know what I mean? Like maybe they could do it that way. Sometimes you get more money with raffle, but it depends on what the charity is. Yeah, that's it too. And sometimes you have to have a certain license for that too. Sorry, got fluff in my eye. One fluff gets in your eye. Oh, I could just put a knot in this as I was trying to straighten it. There we go. There we go. All right, where's my goggles? Put my goggles down? Nope, not up there. What did I do with them? Seriously? Is there one here? Okay, I don't even know what I did with my glasses. They're not on my head. No, they're not. Okay. Confirmed. Not on head. What did I do with them? I feel like I put them down somewhere when I went to go. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I would think you would get more also for being on online charity, because that way you get more people to view it that may not be there to get there in person, right? So I used to be in charge of getting the gaming license from Government of BC for the hockey tournament. Oh, nice. There we go. Yeah, that's you got to jump through some hoops for that, don't you? From what I understand, got to be a hoop jumper. Just want to make sure we're leaving a bit of a tail. we're just going to try to follow this in a circle. It's not a complete perfect circle at the moment, but we'll do the best we can. Had to cover the basket raffles, toonie stick, and 50/50. Yeah, there's there's a lot of stuff involved for sure. And all these lines will disappear as soon as I put a hot iron to it. So once we get it filled up, I will, or when we're done a section, maybe not when we're done a section, because I'm going to need these lines to continue on to finish out the rest of the lampshade. But I can't see being too much bigger there. I mean, you know what I mean? Because we're going to like wrap. It's probably only going to be a little bit more than this, like what we have canvas-wise going on here. So we'll see, I guess. I guess really the key point is trying to keep the stitches as evenly spaced and sized as possible. It keeps with the continuity. Is that the right word? I think so. Okay, we're just pulling, but we're not tugging too hard. Okay, we're just. We don't want to yank on it. We just want to give it little gentle tugs. I probably did, but the question is, where did I put them? That is the question, Julie. Where? Just where? That I like super duper need them, but they are handy. We'll have to do a Quilt of Valor this year for sure. I got a nice big maple leaf pattern to do for Quilt of Valor. I've had it in my stash for like 8 years, so I should sort it out. My tail is pulled through a little bit. Now, this is not going to be perfect. I don't think you need probably Sashiko unless you're like, you know, a complete professional is ever going to be perfect. So we are learning with the trials and tribulations. And for going in a circle, I'm only going like 3 or 4 stitches just to make sure I can keep the curve look of it, I guess. And then don't pull too hard. Just make sure that the thread is just kind of like laying on top of the fabric. It's not like stitching the fabric together, if that makes any sense. It's just laying on top. We're just doing some decorative fluff stitches, making things look pretty. Trying to. Could do a little needle holder booklet like with the Sashiko stitches. Hold all your needles. You know, make a little diary cover. Make something special for someone. Yeah, Okay, well that's good. That's good because you know nothing is ever perfect, right? So, well, you can't really see that blue thread though. That's kind of sad. All right, well let's continue to pop over here and do the second circle. But Julie, I'm counting on you. This is a good question. I really don't know. Maybe they are on the other side of the box that Quinny sent the quilt in. Maybe I did put them down. I kind of like the fact of not, like, I thought at first I was going to miss, like, a hoop, sort of, like, just because it's comfortable, right? Stitching and hoop, stitching and hoop. That's what you do. Even, like, when you were stitching big quilts together, like, when my mom's first quilt, my nieces and my sisters and all those first quilts were all hand-stitched, and I tried to put them in a big hoop and then work little sections at a time or whatever, right? So it's always like stitch and hoop, stitch and a hoop. So to stitch without a hoop, it's kind of like I felt a little lost at first, and I was like I felt like I needed the hoop to guide me, but you don't. Trust in the needle and the weaving of the fabric on the needle process. Okay, so it's just a little back and forth, a little rock and rolling with your thread. And every now and again, just make sure you kind of smooshing things out to make sure it's lying flat. It is there though. It's just a light blue. Trying to mix up the lights and the darks of the colors. I only have a little bit of the light blue with the yellow and then these pale colors here, which I'll have to like weave in somehow. I'm going to try and get it so it goes all the way around, like a little section of this, you know, because it's all like dyed, right? It's all different color, so. So Miss Gwenny's got some news. She's headed for a knee operation. Unfortunately, it's on her birthday. So that's kind of gonna suck. But at least you'll feel so much better. I'm gonna assume you're gonna feel so much better. There are a few cross stitchers on YouTube that stitch in hand. Jenny and Kat are two for sure. I don't know those ones. My cousin Carol doesn't stitch with a hoop, so for cross stitchers, yeah, it's like feed the needle through and then around, and I was like that's some magic. So 1 more month to go. Yay! I'm happy for you. You can kick that walker to the side and start running again. Well, maybe just sashaying. Maybe not running, but yeah. On the 15th, we'll have to be making sure to send Gwenny some really good vibes and some really great birthday wishes, and for some really good painkillers. And hopefully you'll have someone at home to help you, maybe one of the grandbabes, to come help putter about for a minute. Allison, right? She'd be totally. She's got the energy for it. She totally would be little Miss Bionic. just think you could like outline an image or something from like a cartoon or a kid's drawing or something like that, and then outline it with Sashiko stitches. That would be pretty epic, right? You're kind of locking that in as a epic adventure, right? I would think. He'll handle all of it. Okay, good. Perfect. As long as you got somebody there to help you. That's what matters. Okay, I kind of want to make another. Do I want to go there? I think I want to go here. Let's do this one over here. So it's like three little. You're supposed to do things in threes, from my understand, from the Japanese culture. So let's try and get another one of these kind of woven in here. Maybe will it work that way? Will it work that way? Will it work that way? Maybe we should do it this way. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, let's do it that way. Let's get ourselves kind of situated. Use our iron erasable pen. Okay. Energy gone right now. Can't even so. Oh, I'm sorry, Gwenny. And that literally is a bummer feeling too. So. Okay, I'm not worried about getting any of the ink on the threads that I've already got there, because this is all just going to iron away, okay? So don't panic. Don't panic, okay? Okay, so where did we end off? Over here. So let's try and scoot ourselves over here. And we'll go around, okay? Let's turn it towards us. Oh, let's have some tea. Let's have some tea. And take a look outside. There you go. Look at that. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just, you know, didn't have the energy to, or just didn't have the time. That's all. So no worries. Happy to help you, Miss Gwenny. You know that. I hope you never, ever doubt that for one split second, that I would not do whatever I could to help you. More view for you. Okay, just kind of gently little pull the stitches. Don't want anything ever like yanked and cinched together. You just want them nice and laying as flat as possible. They're only decorative, right? So. And hopefully Miss Hali is getting better in the hospital. We can only just send her good vibes and hugs, and hope she's doing all right. I haven't mailed off her quilt or anything, because when I was just about to do it, she ended up going into the hospital, and I don't want to send it to the house where she's not. So, and I know her family likes you know, what we do here, so I don't want any of them nabbing her quilt if I send it to them. You know what I mean? I really want to make sure she gets her quilt. Way around. Are you getting some spring type weather there, Gwenny? It was like high of 18 Celsius yesterday in the car. I was like, that's why I was like, I need to go for a drive. I need to just like decobweb my brain. It was just so nice. Just to go for a little drive. Had the sunroof down, windows open, music cranked, jamming along. Okay, there's 3 of them, all little circles all kind of put together. Kind of like that. Okay, we need to figure out what we're going to do like in these little sections here. So let's flip this over. We're just going to trim a little bit of a tail. Okay, let's look for inspiration in our little book here. Okay. Heard mention crochet earlier. Elle, how did you know I have a basket almost finished that has sat done so too long? Oh, how long? How long has it been? My mom taught me to crochet when I was a kid, but I really wanted to learn how to knit. So I went to the local library where they had like a little knit course, and I sat in front of a lady while she knitted and chatted with other ladies. So I kind of learned backwards because I just learned by watching her. So apparently I knit European way, but I didn't know that until we were doing like for Sylvia, hold on, You at Me FPP, that's her channel out on YouTube. Please check it out. She's fantastic. Absolutely love Sylvia. She was doing a little recognition for charity that she would do. She was knitting every day for the month of March, I believe it was. So every time before we streamed, or at stream time, we would stream for about 15 minutes of the beginning of the stream would be just knitting. So I'd work on the boy socks or my socks or something else. So yeah, so that's how I found out. I knit a little bit different. That's okay. It's okay to be different. Ooh, I kind of like the little archy bits there. Let's see here. Let's see what sort of mess we can make. Oops. What? Don't do that. You're going to shut things down. Don't do that. Okay, go take care there, Kelly. Good luck. Have fun on your stitch stuff you're going on in your channel on Friday. Everybody check out Kelly's channel too. Kelly Quilts Plus. She's on YouTube. She does stitchy stuff and quilty stuff. Where is my pen? Where is my pen? Oh, here it is. Ah. Yes, be well, Miss Kelly. Okay, so we kind of want, is it like two arches and then a back? Hold on. Do I want arches? I like the arches. Just how are we going to play this over so if we go here, so if that's a 2 and that's a, well, let's do that. So go whoop, and then whoop, and then whoop, and then whoop. Go whoop. I'm not so great with it. Actually, the other morning, it was, I guess, Sunday morning, I went to go make a tea, and I remember, no, I just looked at the stove time, and it said 7:30, and I'm like, are you really 7:30? Has somebody already changed you, or are you 8:30? And I need to change you. It's usually when it comes to the stove part. It's like, or the microwave. So we go here, 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 oops, here. That's it. Just kind of make our way. Remember, this will all be ironed off when we're not using the, like when we're done the project, okay? So don't panic. No panicking allowed. I learned crochet at 9 from my mom as well. Learned knitting, making dish class. My grandmother-in-law, Pop's grandma, she knit dishcloths all the time. That was definitely her thing as we were watching the TV. I don't think that's high enough. That did not go high enough. That's okay. I need to go down to here. But we're not going to overlap. 6 months? Oh, that's not too long. That's not too long. I've heard of way longer for projects. That's not too long at all. Okay, what do we got? Here, let's kind of plug away at this a little bit. Let's grab, what do we want to do color-wise? I don't know if I want to use the blue. I don't want to use the blue. What do we got in here? What else do we got in the box, baby? Let's do the medium blue. Yeah, we don't think we got the medium blue on here yet. Let's do that. Okay, we're gonna try and do some of those. Okay. This is number 796. 796 on the DMC thread. Okay. And she's got a little bit of like fun texture to it. You see that? And I was like, what would I ever use this for? I don't know what I would use it for. And then I was like, wait a second. This could be used for Sashiko. At least I thought it could anyway, so that was the plan. My grandma taught me to knit at 5 years old. At 16 years old, then left my... Hold on. 16 years old. When my left-handed sister was 8 years old, I taught her to knit by watching myself in the mirror so she could knit left-handed. Neither of us knit today. Nope, forget that. I'm actually glad I learned to knit because I got to help a neighbor quite a few years ago. She had a tiger that was started, a knit tiger, like a little tiger, stuffed tiger, that was started by her mom, but she never finished. Her mom never got a chance to finish it. And it had been in pieces, literally pieces for like 40 years. And when she found out I knit, she said, do you think you could put this together? And I said, all I can do is try. All the yarn was there. I had one leg was done and part of the body was finished. So first I had to figure out, make sure I can keep my tension with what she had tension-wise. That was the hardest part, was trying to keep my tension to the way that it was already started. So I had to redo one of the legs twice just to make sure that it was just a little off. So I just had to, tweak at it. But I was happy to do that for her for sure. Cheers, LL. Still sipping my coffee. I want to try this technique on only the borders on an Asian quilt. Ooh, Cynthia, that sounds delightful. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. That sounds delightful. All right, let's get our little booklet here in front of us so we can kind of figure out what we got going on. Okay, so it's telling us to go down around the bottom here. So this is how we're going to angle it. We're going to need to go from the right down to the bottom and then scoop up again here and then back up and then around and around and then I'm assuming, back up to this sort of thing, okay? That's what we're going to try to do. We have another half an hour. But the member Zoom starts in 1 hour. Actually, Oh, I shut my laptop. Oh, but it is open. It is open at the moment. But as soon as we end stream, you guys are more than welcome to come pop in and hang out and whatever for the member Zoom. It is in the member section of the YouTube channel is the link. You just have to click on that if you're a member, and then you just pop right in. Okay. Easy and McPeasy. Okay, so here, it's kind of got a bit of an arch, so I didn't really do the arch at first, but we'll try. Okay. Give a bit of a tail. Okay. Let's try and do a little arch to down here. Just kind of come in just a smidge. Okay. See if we can kind of do this all in like one little stitch section here. Okay, that wasn't too bad. All right. I have an heirloom quilt restoration sitting in the closet that I started when I first stumbled onto your channel over a year ago. Is the process. I've saved a few of those too. I have to say that's a very rewarding experience when you save what the heck? I don't know. That looks like a drunk baboon did that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'm keeping that. When you save a quilt like that from, you know, the landfill, right? And I thoroughly believe that if you came across, you know, grandma's quilt from like 1822 or something like that, and it could not be saved. Like it just can't. But there are pieces of it that do work. Then I totally believe in changing that into a vest, a pillow, a sham, a seat cover, whatever you can make out of what is usable out of it, then do so. And then just make a little label if you can, you know, of, you know, where it came from, who made it or something like that, because you're just keeping that alive. You know, somebody's going to come across that one day and go, oh, look, that's what they did with it. You know, like, you know, be positive. Keep going. It should be in the tab where it says member. Could somebody else who's a member of our channel please confirm or deny that it is in the YouTube section where we make the post where it says a post for YouTube? Thank you, Miss Gwenny. I appreciate you asking the question. Oops. And never sorry to ask there, Gwenny. I want to make sure everybody who wants to be there is there. Okay. You know where it says posts, so we go to our channel and there's posts and stuff and the messages that we put in, like, you know, whether there's a stream or not, or, you know, there's a reminder or so on and so forth. If you're a member, it should pop up in your member section, okay? Which is the link. Well, it says, you know, what we're doing in the link, okay? So you just have to click it. I thought I set it up before coming out to the shop this morning, so if I did it incorrectly, I would like to know as soon as possible so I can fix that once we're done. Okay. I don't want anybody thinking that we're not trying to include them or anything else like that, so I do not like how that looks. It kind of like skipped my doodle down there, and I don't like it, so let's put it out. Went to the, oh, excellent, thank you. Okay, so it is there. Confirmed. Confirmed. Thank you. Yeah, so it is open right now if you wanted to hop in and then just wait for the 1:30 start. I'm sure maybe other people will hop in there and chat too. It's a chance to get to know each other and hang out, you know, before I get there. Then I'm ruining the party. We'll work on the member quilt for a couple hours. This quilt was made by my kid's grandma. Oh, fantastic. Those are the best. I didn't have anybody who quilted in my family. Like nobody. Nobody made quilts. The most crafty thing was Auntie Lorna knitted me a sweater. And I absolutely loved that sweater. It was white, black, and gray, mostly white, and then it had like the chest medallion across here and across the shoulders and then down across the sleeve, but there wasn't across the band at the bottom. I like that because it was like straight down, so you can wear it with like black leggings and it looks so awesome. And then I gave it to my girlfriend, was going camping, and she asked if she could borrow it, and it was my favorite sweater, and I should have said no, and I never saw it again. And I wanted to recreate it. Like, I wanted to recreate that sweater. So I'm going to. It's on my list. I'm going to start it before my birthday. That's my before birthday start in November. I'm going to start working on a sweater for me. So, yeah. Yeah, post took me there. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yes, remember Stitch Up. My Wi-Fi is slow. Welcome. Music is playing. Okay, perfect. Thank you. And there's actually welcome music? I didn't even know there was welcome music. Oh, that's crazy. I had no idea. Okay, so confirmed. If you want to come and hang out for the member Zoom live stream, then please do so. It gives a chance for the people who can't make it to the member live or to the Zoom, a chance to be able to still hang out, participate, and see what everybody is up to. Especially with, Miss Lori Clark starting her new job last week. She is definitely going to be missing her stitchy buddies on the Wednesdays. So we can definitely show her a bit of hugs and loves in the stream. We support her. Okay, so it's that, and then I kind of got to go back around on this curve here. Though it's not really a curve, but we'll try and make it a curve. We tried to be accommodating as much as possible to get everybody, make everybody happy. And trust me, it is hard and kind of an impossible task, but we do the best we can. It's kind of turning out more diamondy than shapedy, but, we're going to rock it. We're just going to keep rolling with it, okay? It is what it is. It's a learning process, people. Sure, the more I do it, the better I will be at it. This is just like my first little project, and I'd rather keep it so I could see it and experience it and love it and, think of all the things I would have changed on it, It'll just be a lampshade on my desk. You just have to hit the join button there, Julie. Just right underneath the video there, or the stream. Sorry, video. We are live, honest to goodness. You just hit the button. Yep. Hit the button. That's it. That's all you do. Hit the button. Scooby-Doo, booby-doo. I was trying to figure out what noise I could hear. The key is still in the door on the outside of the outside of the shop. Pop came out first because he had to set up the computer. Yeah, we got a beautiful red and white project that we're working on, quilt project wise, we're working on for on it during that time. Big technical challenge here. I clicked on the member quilt top from a month ago. Big, what do you mean? The stream for that should be right next to the one that you saw for today for this one. They're like right lined up against each other. So, okay, kind of went a little wonkadoodle there, and maybe not so wonkadoodle-ish there, but we're leaving this as a learning, okay? If you go click on the lives, the stream lives, it should pop up the member one as well as this one. And obviously you can't get to the member one yet because we're not there, right? So it's not going yet. We're still doing this one for another like 15 minutes. Where did I end up here? Oh, all the way up here. Jeepers. Oh, there. Okay. And I think we were having to skip up here, right? My bottom's tidied up here. I'll make sure we got a tidy bottom. Hello there, Gladys. How you doing? What's going on with Gladys today? Make sure we're stretching her out. Don't want anything too tight. Okay. And all the blue lines that you see on here, they're just guidelines, and they will be removed with the heat. Okay. Just takes the heat of the iron and it will disappear. So all we'll have is just the stitches. Okay. A little tail cut in from the other color there. Yeah, I just take about a half an hour break in between the streams, between the one that the public one gets to see and then the private one. So usually get a fresh tea and grab something really quick to eat. Make sure Sophie's out and about doing her business, and then we come in and do the member Zoom live stream for usually hour, 2 hours or around there. We'll see how it goes. See how my shoulder's doing today with the sewing. So we'll do the best we can. I assure you, we always do. And if you don't want to be on Zoom, you don't have to. You just still get a chance to hang out and watch the member project come together. You can watch the people on the Zoom as well. You can see the members that are in the Zoom channel chatting and sharing their items and stuff. It's really good fun and encouraging to see what people are working on, what they want to work on. So I don't know how I missed that section. Was I supposed to do something wrong? Oh, I think I came up. It's okay. Scoot up to the other side here. And flip. It's filling up. It's going to be neat when it's all done. I think anyways. That's my hope. Clearly. Something neat and exciting to hang around with. To illuminate my desk. To be illuminating. Or whatever you want there, Julie. That's completely up to you. That is I'm not going to tell you what you want to do. Yeah, the very first gets you into the Zooms and the chats and stuff like that. So for sure, yeah. It's the higher tiers that get you a chance to win the quilt. So because their thimbles like only at what is it, $1 or $2? So and that's you get a lot of content for just that little bit amount. So. Gonna come up right next to these guys. Maybe a little bit too close, but see how we like it. We don't like it, we can take it out. I'm not totally committed. Oops, pulled that way too tight. Let's pull the fabric a little bit here. And then you'll just find any information about the member Zooms or what we have going on our channel in the post section, right? And you have to make sure that you do see that if it says like you're a member or not. Okay, let's pull that. Trim it off a smidge. Okay. All right, so we're making a little bit more progress. This was almost all done. And then we did some arches, we did some circles, did more circles, whatever that is. I don't know. We're just going to leave it. And then some of whatever that is. They kind of turned out more square than they did arched, but maybe we'll try a little bit more on the arched part going this way or something like that. We'll figure it out. So. I think we'll just cut it just a couple minutes early today because I'm going to, like I said, I need something to eat and let Sophie out. So if you want to be a member of our channel, all you have to do is hit that join button below. We are having a stream for the members only in 40 minutes. I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah. So if you want to do that, great. I'm happy to see you there. Yeah, and we're working on a really nice project. Like I said, it's red and white, and I'm going to add my own little spin of a pink and white kind of border to go around it. It feels like it needs just a little bit of extra oomph there. So, and I've got some really nice pink that I'd like to use for it. So, thank you everybody for joining me today. Greatly appreciate you. We haven't seen you in a month, so it was really nice to see you, at least on a Wednesday. So, but other than that, if you're not coming to hang out on the Zoom, then we were going to finish this project here on Saturday, where I have 6 more blocks to build out. I have the 7th one. It's there just as a guideline. And then we're going to put the 16 blocks together with a 3.5-inch border to finish that up. So make a nice table topper for sure, even like a good size, like toddler quilt or something like that. So. So we will see you in a half an hour for most of you, or some of you anyways. And we'll see you on Saturday for the rest. Take care, everybody. Thanks for your time and enjoy the day. Stay out of trouble.